Hey, you guys. How are you guys doing today? Hope everyone's doing well. Give me just a second. I'm on live right now, but I want to send an email to let everybody know that I am live, and then we're going to chat, y'all, because we've got some things to chat about. So let me know in the comments how y'all are doing. If you're cooking anything right now, like what are you cooking? What are you bringing to Thanksgiving dinner? I really want to know because your girl got to get started. I have to make the pies. I love the pies. I love making them, but I have to get started, and I have quite a few to bake, and I haven't even gotten started yet. So give me just a second. I'm sending this out, and then we're going to get into some things. So let me know how your cooking is going. Okay, so I'm sending this email. Where is the link? There we go. Okay. Okay, y'all. I'm about to send this email and we should be good. Make sure that link works. And make sure this one works. Okay, there we go. All right, y'all. Okay, got the email out. Now people know to join the live stream. Okay, let's see what y'all are saying. And my computer and y'all are right here. My camera's up there. So let's see what y'all got going on today. So, hey everybody. Okay. Cooking now, starting as soon as I got up this morning. That's what I should have done, Sean. I should have done that, but I dilly-dallied around a little bit. I should have gotten started already. Helping out on anything the family needs me to do. You're gonna be the helper, Natalie. I don't blame you. I was the helper for many, many years. I did not cook. I didn't bring a thing. All I did was critique. I ate food and I critiqued. That's what I did for many, many years. Getting the sides ready. Awesome. Cooking greens, cabbage, yams, taters, salad dressing, hot pork shoulder. I've never had hot pork shoulder. I don't really do a lot of pork. Mac and cheese and you go fairy dust. You go fairy dust. Fairy dust is doing it up in the kitchen right now. Okay. All right. Fairy dust said, I do that. and that's what my mom does too. She starts very early, very early. Someone said, no cooking for me this year. I don't blame you. You said I had to. Last couple of years, I've been up until 4 a.m. cooking our fuse. Yeah, that's the thing about Thanksgiving dinner. And then if you do the Christmas dinner, if you're going to do it the day of, you really do have to get up that early. And you're cooking throughout the night, you're getting up, you're checking on the turkey. I follow America's Test Kitchen on Instagram, and they had posted this timeline of Thanksgiving dinner and how you're supposed to, well, not how you're supposed to, but they were like, okay, put the turkey in at 10, put the dressing in at such and such. And everybody in the comments on that post was like, the turkey's going to be raw. Okay, the turkey is going to be raw if I put it in at noon or whatever time y'all are saying, and we're supposed to be eating at 3 or 4. The turkey's going to be raw. Or it's a tiny turkey. So that was funny. That made me think about that post that they had. But yeah, got to get started cooking early. Let's see what else y'all said. Get to do all the cooking. So Nikki's doing all the cooking too. Okay, Nikki. And then Finny said, it will be my birthday and I will be cooking. It should be a crime to cook on your birthday. Happy early birthday, by the way. But it should be a crime to have to do anything on your birthday. And I'm not even Miss Birthday. Okay. I'm not the person who's like, okay, my birthday is a week. It's my birthday month. I'm not that person. I know I get one day and I'm okay with that day. But on that day, I don't need to be cooking. I don't really need to be doing anything that I don't really want to do. That's how I feel about my birthday. That's how I feel. Okay, y'all. So we got to get some things out the way. I wanted to share a couple of hot leads. Get your application in. One of the leads is very limited, but since it's a chat job, I wanted to share this with y'all for the folks who it will work for. And then there's another lead that is available for the majority. Okay. So we're going to get into the hot leads, and then we are going to chat about yesterday and some other things. Yeah. Okay. So first things first, handle the business. We got to be gainfully employed. So I'm going to share my screen. Give me just a second. Share screen. And I'm going to share my window. No, I'm going to share this tab. Okay, so the first job that I'm going to share with y'all is the job from Lamps Plus, okay? So Lamps Plus is currently hiring. Let me make my screen bigger. Lamps Plus is currently hiring, and they are hiring for a remote chat consultant. And like I said, this is extremely limited. I have shared this lead before from Lamps Plus, and this is for their sales position. Now, if you go to Lamps Plus website, and you'll see at the top, you can chat with someone. So like if we were to click this, it's going to open up this little thing at the bottom and you're asking product questions. So if you were someone who wanted to buy something from Lamps Plus, you could chat with somebody who's a representative from the company. And that is what this role is for. Okay. So we see they've got the chat thing going, and that's what this role is for. So this is a remote chat consultant available in Nevada, Texas, Arizona, Idaho, South Dakota, and North Carolina. And you're going to be a remote chat consultant, and under the supervision of the chat manager, the remote customer chat consultant acts as the primary point of contact for all inquiries and issues involving internet customer service via email, acting as a liaison to the processing department team. Our fully paid training program is conducted via webinar for approximately 4 to 6 weeks. So you're going to handle sales and customer service related chats, and that's what you're doing. And we did a demo. And to qualify, you just need 1 year of customer service or administrative or retail background. Call center experience is a plus. And, since this is a chat job, you're not going to be talking, but on the off chances that you do talk, having that background would definitely help. And you have to be computer literate, be excellent at verbal and written communication in English, able to multitask. And it says must be available to work Saturdays and Sundays, and regular job attendance is required. So that's the lead from Lamps Plus, y'all. And we have a chat template. So if you have not tried out the remote resume builder software, I highly recommend it. Okay. The remote resume builder software is a game changer. And I really don't just say that. People are always getting hired and telling us, I used the software, I made my resumes, I was able to customize, get my application in. Thank you. And we have tons of templates. So if you wanted to use the chat template, we have a chat support resume template, and that's perfect for this role. And anytime you use the remote resume builder templates, they're like 90% done. They're all the way filled out, but you have to put in your own information, your work history. So that other 10% is where you add your info, and then you make those slight tweaks to customize it. And so we have the chat support resume template, and then we also have you covered with the cover letter templates, okay? So I would use that template, and then you can pair it with one of the templates, maybe like the customer service template, and you're good to go. But at least with the resume, use the chat support resume template. That for sure. And you can try it out for just $1. Link is in the description box. So if you're in one of those states, or if you know someone in one of those states, make sure you share this remote chat consultant job with them from Lamps Plus. So now let's go on to the second hot lead that I have for y'all. Okay, the second hot lead comes from U-Haul. Okay, U-Haul is hiring for a full-time customer service agent role, and this is full-time. It says that they have operation hours, 12 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., and the shifts are in Arizona time. It's a Monday through Sunday, so it sounds like Monday through Sunday. That's 7 days a week. But it looks like for this role, it says Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday would be the schedule. So it looks like you're going to be off on Wednesday and Sunday. So if that works for you, and it's just general customer service, $14 per hour. If you're bilingual, Spanish, English, $15 per hour. And you're going to be helping people who are getting like U-Haul stuff. So, U-Haul is the moving company, and they also often have a part-time role. Let me see if they have that available, actually. Let me make sure. So, no, right now they don't have the part-time version of this, but if you're looking for part-time, they usually have either the customer service agent or the sales rep agent position available in part-time. They just don't have it right now. So those are the leads, y'all. And remember, we've got you covered with the remote resume builder software for that U-Haul job. You might want to use customer service 1 or customer service 2 resume template. Either or, can't go wrong. And then you would just pair it with the customer service cover letter template, and boom, you got your full application in. Okay. Use the software. If you haven't tried it out, it's just $1. And you really will see how big of a difference it makes. I'm not just saying this. You don't have to believe me, but I'm telling you, it really does make a difference. So let's see what you guys. Uh-oh, my browser lost connection. Can y'all hear me or see me? It says my browser lost connection and I didn't know that. Let me know if you can hear or see me. I don't know if you heard any of that since I'm just now seeing that message. Okay, you can hear and see me. Great. Okay, great. All right, y'all. So those are the two hot leads. The link is in the description box below. The link to use the software is in the description box below. Also, Extra Leads Club. Okay. The link for that is in the description box as well. And people have been telling me since we launched Extra Leads Club last month in October that the leads are really good. And by the way, both of these leads came from Extra Leads Club. So you would have already received these and been able to get your application in. So join Extra Leads Club. $10 a month. You can try it out for $1 for 7 days. See if you can apply to more jobs. And I guarantee you're going to find something you want to apply to. Okay, y'all. So switching gears here. I wanted to talk to you guys about yesterday's video and, talk a little bit more about that. Now, I did everything in that video. I connected all of the dots for us in that video. And if you did not watch that video, please watch that video. Even if you did not apply to that company, it's going to be really helpful. So if you watch that video, even though you didn't apply to the company, you're going to see how to verify a company, how to verify a job lead. Because part of me proving my point in that video is I go to, their Glassdoor, I go to their LinkedIn, their socials, I went to their Facebook, I did a Google search, and all roads led us right back to the same website. So doing all of that was to prove that this is a legit company, it's a real company, people work there, and they're a legit company. The second reason for that is so that I could show you guys that this is their actual website. Okay, that was the second reason why I did that. And then the third thing that I wanted to show y'all is how going directly from their website to their careers page, you could see that the link is the exact same. And all of that was to prove that this company had something go on, allegedly, with their website and you guys' data to where on their own website, there was something that was not supposed to be there. And that's what they told y'all in an email. So watch that video, you guys, if you want to see how I connected those dots. And this is the exact process that you want to do any and every time you are looking for online jobs. That's why all of my videos start off the exact same way. If you guys have noticed, all of my videos start off with us at the company's main website. We take a look at their Glassdoor and, we go over to the job that is hosted on their actual website. I never, ever, ever go to, these job board websites and give you guys the link from the job boards. And I tell you guys in every video when I show you the mega list of jobs, go directly to the company's careers page and apply safely and securely. I say this in every single video. That's because what I just demonstrated to y'all or for y'all in that video yesterday is what we all do. Myself, you guys included, we all have to do that and should be doing and hopefully do those things every time we are looking for a remote job. You always have to do your due diligence. And well, that situation is a new one, y'all. Okay, we did our due diligence and something happened on their end. And, the thing that I noticed in the comment section is, like, oh no, it's a scam and all those things. And And I guess the part that's kind of like a little deflating is even when you even in this situation, when we did our due diligence, it was totally out of our control. It was totally out of our control because the company had something allegedly happen with their data. And that's how they were able to take, somebody was able to get on there and post something that wasn't supposed to be there and therefore took you guys' as data. And I guess the main thing that really frustrated me, because I did kind of spaz out in the video, but I mean, whatever, because it's serious. The thing that really just made me feel like, wow, wow, was the email and how it was like, hey, your information or data or whatever, was compromised. Make sure you do something to protect yourself, more or less that. Hello? What do you mean? Make sure I do something about that. Like that, none of that made any sense at all. Guys, give me just a minute, okay? I'm going to mute myself and I'll be right back in like just a minute. Okay, y'all, I'm back. My son has had a half day at school and he just got home. So I was saying hello. But yeah, so the thing about that was the way the email just made it seem like, hey, you got to do something about this. It really grinded my gears. And I get upset for y'all, okay? I get upset just like y'all do. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Okay. I didn't just fall off a turnip truck. Okay. You guys are responsible for this. You got to do a little bit more than tell me do something to protect myself. This happened on y'all's official website. Okay. So I break it all the way down. And so, here's the silver lining because I'm a positive person. I'm a positive person. This is not my first rodeo. I've been looking at online jobs and helping people with theirs and working from home in an actual online job of my own since 2016. And I have to tell you, this is a new one. This is the first of its kind. Okay. So I would not let this deter me from job seeking. I would not make this, be the thing that stops my remote job search. And there isn't even a, hey, just be careful warning that I can give you because this was on their official website. So if something like this were to go on, you and I would never know until after the fact. It's different from your regular scam because we know in a regular scam, there's a lot of due diligence that we can do. There's a lot of ways that we can actually identify if something's a scam and avoid the scam. But that's in a regular scam, okay? In a regular scam, you can always avoid it. But in something like the case with that company, that's something you and I would never know until they actually come out and tell us. So that's what made the whole thing so weird, so different, because if this was just a regular old scam, it'd be kind of like, what's new? Okay. There are scams every day. They're terrible. Shame on the scammer. But the thing about everyday scams, like I said, you can avoid those. With this was something going on with this company's data security. That's a whole different ballpark, which neither one of us would know unless the company came out and told us, just like JMAC Lending did. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Okay, so okay, cool. Well, here's the thing about that, Annalisa. Here's the thing about the ghost jobs, and this was what I was hoping that the video articulated. So if ever, like, first of all, let's talk about what a ghost job is. And I actually plan on going into a deeper dive about this topic because I realize like this is something that everybody is talking about, and a lot of people have questions about ghost jobs, how to avoid them, spot them, like all of that. Well, let me just start off with what a ghost job is. And you know what? I can give you guys my definition, but I'm going to go to good old Google and I'm going to type in what is a ghost job. And let's let good old Google tell us what a ghost job is. And I'm going to share my screen here so that we can be looking at the same thing, okay? And I'm going to circle back to what you just said, Annalisa. So let me share my screen here. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to see what Google has to say. Let me make sure all this is okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so according to Google, okay, they say a ghost job is a job posting advertised online that is not actually available, meaning the company has no intention of hiring for that position and is essentially just using the listing to gauge the talent market, fulfill internal requirements, or appear to be actively hiring, even when they aren't. Essentially, it's a fake job posting. Hey, that's what I was going to say. I wasn't going to say it as articulate as the Google AI robot said it, but that's what a ghost job is, okay? Now, let me tell you guys this, because I know I call myself a remote work enthusiast and all of these things because that's really what I am. But this is not my first rodeo. I really am a human resources professional. And I have to tell you guys, ghost jobs are not a new thing. Okay. It's just a rebrand of what's already been going on. Ghost jobs aren't new. Okay. I was talking about ghost jobs years ago. Years ago, I was talking about ghost jobs, and a lot of people have talked about ghost jobs. This is not a new phenomenon, but this is just my 2 cents on it. Okay. We can talk 2 cents. This is my 2 cents on it. I think because a lot of what we experience these days like touches social media. Social media is like just everybody's on it. We're on social media right now. Everybody's doing the TikTok and everything. I sound like an old person, but anyway, social media is ingrained in our lives now. I think because everybody, has thrown their hat into the ring of content and content creation and whatnot, we give these things a new spin. We breathe new life into things and we give them a new name, and I think that's why, ghost jobs is like something that's on everybody's, mind. People are talking about, saying the term ghost jobs, but like, just think about 5 years ago. Had you ever used the term ghost job? I want to know from y'all, 5 years ago, had you ever used the term ghost job? Or is this something that you've just kind of picked up in your vocabulary within like the last year or two? I want to hear from y'all in the chat while I take some water. Sean says, nope. Have y'all been, like 5 years ago, were you using the term ghost job? I want to hear from everybody on this chat. Tell me in the chat. Don't be scared. I don't bite. Royal Bloodline said, do companies run background checks to see if you are currently working for a competitor? I can talk about some questions and answers and stuff a little bit later, but I don't want to get off this topic right now. Natalie says, nope. Shellstar says, nope. Lillian says, no. Okay, so that's what I'm saying here. This has always been a thing, but I call this like the TikTokification of stuff, because like a lot of stuff gets blown up on TikTok. People give things that have already been going on a brand new name. And so, they call it ghost jobs. But this is something that companies have always done. And if I have time to go back into my video vault, I can prove to you guys that I've talked about this a long time ago. And we weren't calling it ghost jobs, okay? The thing about ghost jobs, not to get too far down the rabbit hole of them because it's a whole separate topic that we will talk about, okay? But the thing about ghost jobs is there's many reasons why a company would post a ghost job. And if a company did post a ghost job, they don't have to say anything. Like they can just close the job when they get ready. All the people who've applied, they're holding their breath waiting to hear back, but the company doesn't have to say anything. There's no repercussions for posting a ghost job. A ghost job could even fall into the category of a company thought they needed a role filled. And then, after having the job open and maybe having some meetings and stuff, they decide, what, we actually don't need to fill that role right now. That can wait. 3, 4, 5 months down the line, however long it can wait. And then they just close the job. So maybe a lot of people actually applied to that job, but they never hired anyone because they just changed their mind. They don't need it. That could fall into the category of a ghost job. Companies do post jobs just to see what's out there. They might have the funding to hire some more talent, and they might, open up the job and see like, hey, who's biting, what's out there. And they might say, we can do without it. Sometimes companies just want to see how much are people asking for this position. A lot of times companies don't tell you what the job pays. You have to go snooping on Glassdoor and all the places. They might post a ghost job just to see, put their feelers out there in the market. How much are people wanting for this role? We already have all the personnel we need for this role. There might be 10 people who are doing the same type job at the company right now, but we want to see, what are people asking for? What's the going rate right now? Okay. And they can even use that information to determine if they're going to give their employees a raise. Like there's a lot of reasons, y'all, why a company would put a fake, let's not call it a fake job, a ghost job. Because a fake job is more of a scam. A ghost job is, this is a real company. We did open up this job, but we're not really hiring like that right now. We're just seeing. There's no harm, no foul. Now, on our part as the job seeker, it's not fun because we're actually looking to get hired right now. And this company is not motivated to hire right now. The worst case scenario for that is they just close the job. They don't even tell you that they're going to go on with a different applicant. The worst case scenario is that, okay? No harm, no foul, okay? It's just not fun for us. Now, the reason why I don't believe this is a ghost job is because there was an email that was sent out to everyone who applied to the job. And that email, which I show in the video, says that this was a fraudulent job post. Okay, this was a fraudulent job post. And they left it very vague, but they said it was a fraudulent job post. Now, this is a mortgage lending company. And the thing about any company, okay, they have like their own like fiduciary responsibility, but the more personal data that you collect, the higher that level of personal responsibility becomes. And they would not be wise to implicate themselves in something more serious by saying it was fraudulent if it was actually just a ghost job. There's no repercussions if you posted a job and changed your mind and closed the lead. There are no repercussions if you post a job and you just close it without hiring anyone. Okay, that would be considered a ghost job. That's in the category of benign. No harm, no foul. But when you start using the word fraud and you're a mortgage lending company, you are implicating yourself in some serious stuff that could actually have repercussions. Are y'all following me with what I'm saying? Why I think it's not a ghost job? Are y'all following so far? I want us to be on the same page, y'all. That's why I'm really trying to break this down and explain it. Let me know in the chat. Okay. Sean says yes. Nikki says yes. Okay. Mr. X says yes. Okay. Yeah. So ghost job, shame on the company. Nothing bad can happen though. It's not a crime. No crimes have been committed if it's a ghost job. Just shame on them, you know? You're yanking our chain. That's why I don't believe this falls into the category of ghost job. Because you, as a company doing business, and you don't want to mess up your money, and you don't want to mess up the stuff, because when you're a mortgage lender, you know, you've got government agencies on your back. You know, you're a mortgage lender. You're not just somebody like writing, you know, books or something. You're giving out money. You've got loans that you're giving out and processing. There's a lot of government stuff involved in your business. You don't want to just throw around the word fraudulent. Would it make sense? That's why I don't believe this falls under ghost job. Okay. I think what they are trying to possibly do, allegedly, is I don't know. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole of what I think is really, you know, other than what I could prove in that video, which I proved. I don't want to like do all this speculation business because, you know, it could be that they were a victim. It could be that JMAC Lending was a victim. And then me sharing the job with everyone on my channel, you know, I'm a victim, y'all are a victim. It could be that everybody but the scammer is a victim. But the part that makes them not so much of a victim is that email where they tell you guys, hey, your information was compromised. You probably want to do something about that. No, you do something about that because this happened on y'all's watch on your official website. That's the part that's like, okay, shame on y'all. So what can you do to avoid something like this? You can't, because this was something on the company's official website. This was not a bad link. This was not, you know, a scam that everybody got duped. We would have never. Here's the thing, y'all. I'm going to give them some credit for this. None of us would have ever known that something on their end was compromised had they not sent that email. That is what I will give them. None of us would have ever known something was compromised with our information had they never sent that email. But they had to send that email because, you know, if you've got your, you know, business dealings tied and mingled with government stuff, and stuff comes out and they know you knew and you didn't say anything and you didn't try and do some level of due diligence, hey, that's a very bad thing. A very, very bad thing. You guys, give me just a second. Y'all chat amongst yourself in the chat, but I need to do something that's going to take me a couple minutes. Okay. Let's see what y'all are saying. Okay, Valencia said, yes, you're making it really clear. Okay, great. Yeah, I did not. Here's the thing, y'all. I told y'all in the beginning of the video that what really tipped me off was the conversation happening in my comments. I woke up yesterday to YouTube, you know, pinging me, and I'm like, oh, okay, folks are talking. But then when everyone was like, yeah, I got that email too. You got that email? I got that email. That was like, oh no. But here's the other thing, okay? I knew immediately what had happened because of that whole, process that I showed y'all in the video. I do this for every job I share with y'all. Every single job, every job in ELC, Extra Leads Club, every job I've ever shared on the channel, I do that same process that I showed y'all in the video where I connected all the dots and came to that conclusion. So when I saw that folks were getting the email saying this was a scam job, it was a scam job. Oh no. When folks said that and I was reading the comments, I already knew the video. It was in my head and I'm like, okay, I got to get my baby situated. I got to get myself, prepped, cut the camera on, let's go. I knew immediately, because if you are always crossing your T's and dotting your I's, you don't have to be like, wait a minute, did I do something? I immediately knew there was something up with this company. I never for a second thought, oh no, did I do something wrong? Because I do the process that I showed y'all in the video. In that video, it took like 4 times longer to edit the video than it took for me to make that video. Because in the video, I say like, it's like 10 something in the morning. It takes a while to, upload the footage, get it edited. My video editor, he's super quick. It takes a long time to render the video. I made that video in like 1 take, because I know what I'm talking about. I know when I get online and share a job with y'all that the job is legit, because it has gone through a rigorous vetting process, which I demonstrated in that video. So as soon as I saw that thread in my comments, I unlisted the video. I had commented back like, hey, send me a copy of that email. That's how I got the copy of the email, because Octavia emailed it to me. And I'm like, okay, here we go. And I made that video. I mean, it was probably one of the quickest videos I've made in a very long time, because I already knew how all of this stuff worked and how there was no way, unless it was something on the company's part, that this was a fraudulent job posting. What I'm waiting on is I have sent someone from the company a friend request on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is so greedy. They won't let you, if they think that you're trying to talk to a recruiter on there, they will say you need to pay for premium. So I couldn't even just send the message. I tried to get in contact and I'm still waiting. I'm pretty sure someone's going to contact me. Everyone might be out of the office right now because it's Thanksgiving, but I would like to get you guys some answers. This isn't about, drama. Like, I'm not Miss Drama. I don't even care about that kind of thing. Okay. This is not something that I think is so exciting. This is something that is scary for people who are just trying to make an honest living. I think everyone would just want to know a follow-up for, hey, if you guys know that there was some sort of fraudulent activity going on your website, what are you guys doing about it? Did you find the culprit? What information did they get away with? Like, are you guys going to give us, some sort of, subscription to like LifeLock or something? Like, that's what I want to hear from them. That's the follow-up that I'm waiting on. So I'm going to try and get in touch. But in the meanwhile, if you feel so inclined, you guys can report this company for what has happened and what you suspect and say, hey, look into it. Powers that be, look into it. Because, something like this is unheard of. So that's just my 2 cents on what I think should happen. Now, let's take this and turn it into a learning moment. Give me a second. I'm going to draw for you guys. I'm going to make a little drawing because I want us to, you guys, what I realize is if I made a video every day on my channel about how to avoid job scams, it would never be enough. I've realized that no matter how many times in the past and currently and even ingrained into every video that I make, I can never talk enough about job scams because I have this theory. I think people sort of kind of get how to vet these jobs and companies, but I think maybe like there's still like some pieces that aren't quite clicking. And I want to show you guys how to verify jobs. Okay, is that all right with y'all? Can I give you guys some like quick ways to verify a job? Is that what you guys want to hear about today? Or we can talk about the weather. Let me know in the chat. Y'all tell me if you want me to help you figure out if a job is legit and whatnot. Natalie said that would be great. Okay, Miss Natalie. Natalie wants to learn. So I will teach Miss Natalie. Okay, I will teach. Let me share my little drawing board. Okay. All right. Y'all say it would be great. Okay, cool. Let me open this up. All right. And so, hey. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I won't be able to see y'all in the chat, but y'all will be able to see my screen and I'll check back in momentarily. But I want to show y'all, how to verify these scams. Just a couple quick ways. Let me see, does what you calls it actually have a whiteboard? Give me a second because I don't even know what all features. I use StreamYard and I wonder if they have a whiteboard on here. What did I just click? Add an item. Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. I'm just clicking button, y'all. Huh? Okay. What's this button do? I don't know what that button just did. Okay, whatever. I'm going to share my screen on my computer and I'm going to show y'all. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to open up a whiteboard and we are going to take a look at my drawings and I'm going to show you guys, okay? All right, so we're going to work this on out. All right, so I have my whiteboard up and I'm just going to click back real quick to make sure that we see my whiteboard. Tell me what I just drew because I want to make sure that it's showing on the screen what I just drew on the whiteboard. Tell me in the chat what I just drew because I want to make sure that what I draw on the whiteboard shows up. What did I just draw? Did you? Okay, smiley face. Okay, so it works. Thank you. Thank you. Happy face. Okay, so y'all can see what I'm drawing here. Okay, so I'm gonna do some drawings and whatnot just so we can like really understand what's going on with these scams or what does that look like. So in the video, I drew this very bad sketch of this is the scammer. Okay, this is me, this is you. Okay, and then this is the real company. All right, so when you are normally getting scammed, okay, when you're normally involved in a scam, what is actually happening is you think that you are talking to the real company. That's what you think is happening in a legit, not in a legit, but in a scam. You think you're talking to the real company, but who you're actually talking to is the scammer. Now, what are some ways that we can, identify if we're talking to who we think we are talking to? Well, first and foremost, you always want to make sure that you are on the official company website. Let's see if I can get this to be a little bit bigger. Is this where I go to make it bigger? Let's see. Can I make it bigger? I don't know if I can make this text bigger. Hopefully y'all can see what this text is saying because I don't see where I can make the text bigger. Okay. So anywho, you always want to make sure you are applying on the official company website. And I'm going to do this, okay? I'm going to do this down here because I don't want that to be next to the scammer. So in a real job, okay, you apply on the official company website, okay? And, in no particular order, you also want to verify the official company website, okay? And so you also want to check out the company's socials, Google the company. And what you want to find on Google is you want to see like social proof. You want to see if this company's been written about or talked about in other publications. Like you're trying to see if this company just popped up recently or if they've been around. If a company's been around, there's going to be lots and lots and lots of stuff that comes up on their Google search, just like I showed you guys in the video yesterday. So in a real job, okay, you always want to check out that the company is legit. You can do that by going to their socials, going to their website, Googling them, Glassdoor search the company. Okay, you always want to do that. And when you're like on their socials, like LinkedIn or their Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, okay, those are like the main ones: LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Also, YouTube. A company will have an official YouTube channel too, a lot of times. Not always, but the one social that they 100% always, every time need to have is LinkedIn. Every company, everybody is on LinkedIn. If you don't see that they have a LinkedIn, move on. Just move on. Move on, do something else with your time. There's plenty of other companies. They cannot have a Facebook. They cannot have a TikTok. I don't have a TikTok. They cannot be on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram. They cannot be on YouTube. But the one place that they absolutely have to be on is LinkedIn. Everybody. Every recruiter, every company, the employees who work there. Okay. And when you go to their LinkedIn, just like I showed you in the video, go see who works there. Click on their profiles, look around, look at people on LinkedIn who work for the company. Look and see who the CEO is, who works in the HR department, like all of that. You should be able to find plenty of folks. So LinkedIn is a must. Okay. So this is a real job. And remember, you always want to go to the official company website. You'll find out what the official company website is when you do the Google search. So if you type in ABC company into Google, you're going to see, probably one of the first few search results, ABC company's official website. And that website is going to be linked on their LinkedIn. If they have a Facebook account, that same website is going to be there. You want to go to Glassdoor, that same website is going to be linked on their Glassdoor. So you might find their official website on Google, but you can cross-verify it by going to all those other places. Let me check in at the chat just to make sure that you guys understand what you need to look for in a legit job. I'm going to stop the share real quick. So do you guys understand what you want to look for in a legit job? I'm just pausing for a second so that we're all on the same page. If you have a question about that, feel free to ask the question. This is the time, because we before 2025 need to feel 1,000% confident when we're looking online for these remote jobs. Okay, so you said all for kick said, okay, thank you. That's helpful. Wonderful. Anyone else? Anyone else have commentary? So Valencia said, what if they have a parent company and don't see them on LinkedIn? I'm trying to think of a company that kind of has that going on. So there's this one company called Verisma, and I'm not sure if Verisma or Scanstat is the parent company, but whichever one is the parent company, you should be able to find that. The subsidiary companies, you typically can find them too. Let me actually go to LinkedIn and see. I'll share my screen in just a second. Like that company that just came to mind, I wonder if both of them, because I know they're connected. Okay, so yeah. Okay, both of them are on there. Yeah, so let me give you an example of what that looks like, y'all. And that was just the first two companies that came to mind that kind of have like that parent company, somebody's under the umbrella of whatever thing going on. So I'm going to show y'all on LinkedIn. Um, on LinkedIn, I searched for both of these companies. Scanstat is connected to Verisma. And then I searched and I found Verisma as well. And you can see both of them. So I would say both of those companies should be on LinkedIn with their own accounts. That's what I'm going to say because I just gave you guys a random example that came to my mind, and both of those companies were on LinkedIn. Now, you should also find people who work there. So, like, if I work for, again, using Verisma, and I move over to the parent company Scanstat, I would have both of those companies in my work history on LinkedIn. So you should be able to find people who actually work at that company, and that company should link back to their own LinkedIn profile thing. Yeah. Okay. We were talking about ghost jobs a bit earlier. We were talking about, what is the definition of a ghost job? A ghost job is a posting where the company doesn't really have intention on hiring. They might be just putting their feelers out there. They might just be trying to collect some information to use and have for their own arsenal. But one thing that I mentioned is I'm going to talk about ghost jobs in its own separate video very, very soon, because this is actually something I'm actively getting some details, some like actual, data and stuff on. I don't want to just throw my ring, like my opinion into the ring, like, oh, this is my take on it. But I will say these ghost jobs have been around since forever and ever and ever. They've just been rebranded, with a cute new name. But they've been going on for a long time. Now, is it going on more often? That is what I'm actually in the process of figuring out. So I'm going to try my hardest to give you guys a well-rounded video on ghost jobs. And let's just put a little pin into that, because you guys know when I come correct, just like yesterday. So I'm going to come back to ghost jobs. Okay. No problem. I know people are jumping on, jumping off. I was just letting you know that I am going to really do a deep dive in that. Okay, so let me go back to my drawing since we're on the same page about fake jobs, or I'm sorry, on the same page about what's legit, what to look for, the signs of a legit job. So we're making our way around to how to figure out if something is fake. So let me go back to sharing my screen. Okay. All right, so back to my drawing. Okay, so since we know a real job is going to cross-verify, it's going to check out, you're going to see the same information in multiple places. You're going to be able to see people who work there on LinkedIn. You're going to be able to look into their profiles and all of that good stuff. We know what the hallmarks are for a real job. Now let's get into scams. Scams are the opposite, okay? So remember how we were talking about you need to apply on the official company website. When you are dealing with a scam job, okay? I'm going to come over here under the scammer section, okay? When you are dealing with a scam job, and this is why I tell you guys, use these job boards to like find out who's hiring, but always apply on the official website. So, one of the things that I have found kind of gets people got is doing that quick apply option. Okay. And what you also need to know is on these companies, not companies, on like Glassdoor, LinkedIn, Simply Hired, Monster.com, all of these like job boards, there is you can always post a scam and you can always impersonate a company. So, for example, let's say Walmart, we know Walmart is a real company, okay? So, for example, let's say, there's a job on Glassdoor for Walmart. Walmart's hiring customer service reps, hooray. And you see on that Glassdoor job that they have a quick apply option. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. It doesn't go to their website, it's just quick apply. Anybody can get on these job boards and impersonate a company. So that's why I say do not use quick apply. Don't do the quick apply option. Okay, don't do quick apply. All right. So the scammer could be getting your information from quick apply because they're pretending to be that company. They can post a job on there pretending to be the company. And, you also want to, also with scammers, it's going to be a fake website. So let's say you don't do the quick apply option, but you don't cross verify the website. The website is always going to be a fake website. So if we're talking about the company being Walmart, Walmart, the fake website might be www.walmart with 2T's.com. So they can make these shell or fake websites and you go there and you're applying on a fake website. That's why it's so important to verify that you are working with the official company website. Okay. So one of the things about a scam is they are going to send you to a fake website. Now, I'm not trying to be too technical with this, and it's not really that technical, but a scammer cannot make something go to what looks like the real company's website, like the URL and everything, like I just showed you. It's always going to be like a variation of the website name. So it's not the real website. So if you just take away what I'm saying here, because I'm trying to not be too complicated with what I'm saying, you're ending up on a fake website. If it's a scam, you're going to be on a fake website. Okay. Now, another thing about a scammer is you are not going to be able to find them on LinkedIn. Okay. You're not going to be able to find that person on LinkedIn. Every recruiter, every HR professional is on LinkedIn. You cannot be a recruiter or an HR professional and not be on LinkedIn. There are no exceptions to the rule. Okay. None. So when you're trying to verify a job, if you cannot find that recruiter on LinkedIn or that HR professional on LinkedIn, then you already know I'm not talking to anyone real. Another way that you can kind of tell if something is a scam is if the company's name is not in their email address. So let's say I have a job available for y'all. Okay. And my email is at remoteworklife.co. Okay. So if I were offering a job and the email that I send to y'all is not at remoteworklife.co, but someone's like, hey, I have a job for you from Delilah at Gmail. And my email is like at gmail.com. Or, hey, Conduent has a job for y'all. And the email's at gmail.com. It is a scam. I'm going to put under here, under the real job section, okay, it's always going to be at companywebsite.com. Okay. So if you're talking to someone from Conduent, if you're talking to someone from T-Tech, if you're talking to someone from Remote Work Life, you are going to always be able to put this portion into a browser and you are going to be taken to their official website. Scammers, oh, let me plug my computer in. I didn't realize it was unplugged. There we go. So scammers, they cannot replicate your official company email. That's why anytime you are getting a job, an offer, or hey, we want to do a phone interview or some kind of interview, look at their email address. If it's not from the official company website, and you can verify that by putting this portion into your web browser, then it's not real. Okay. Let me pause here and check in on y'all in the chat. Okay. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. So far, is everything making sense? I'm trying to keep my thoughts organized. Is it okay to do quick apply if it's on the official company's website? I've seen more company websites give an option of doing either quick apply or creating an account to apply. If you are on the company's website, you should always be okay. Like the thing is, all the roads to, applying and whatnot need to lead you to the official company website. What I'm saying is you don't want to do quick apply on Glassdoor or on LinkedIn or on, any of these job boards. Okay. You don't want to do quick apply there. But if you're on the company's official website, with the exception of the company from yesterday, okay, it's always okay. That's the standard. That's what you want to do. Okay. Okay. Everything is making sense, Joanne says. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Hello, Stacy. Hello, everybody. Okay, so perfect. So let's go back to my drawing here. Okay. So let's go back. Y'all are very welcome. Okay, you're welcome. All right, so let's go back to the drawing. All right, so in a real job, let's just run through it again. You always want to apply on the official website. Okay, you always want to verify that you have found the official website, and you'll be able to verify it from the cross references from Google and their social media accounts and Glassdoor accounts. Okay, all the websites are going to be the same. And then you always want to, actually do that Google search, go Glassdoor, search that company. And if they do email you, you always want to verify that their email address is coming from the official company website. And if you don't know if it's the official company website, you got to go back to these steps here. And then when they email you, you want to make sure that it's that company website that is at the end of the ad. So I'll give you guys an example of what that looks like for me. Okay. So my company is called Remote Work Life. Okay. Now, if you were to get in contact with me, you would email the support desk at support@remoteworklife.co. This portion that comes after the @ symbol, you can put into your web browser, and it's going to take you to my official website. Okay. That is how you know that you are actually talking to the company. So in order for you to know if that's their official website, remember, you have to do your due diligence. Google search them, Glassdoor search them on their socials so that you can get a congruent statement on what their official website is. You will never get an email from me from any of these other email addresses. You'll never get an email from me that says @AOL.com or @gmail.com or @hotmail.com or @msn.com. Okay. You'll never, ever get an email from me from those websites. Okay. From those email addresses, because I have a real company, a real website, and I'm not going to email you any official stuff from any of those generic emails. This is how it works for every company on official company business. Okay. So now let's go back to the scams. Okay. So again, If someone is scamming you, you're not going to be at the real website. Okay, you're going to be at some weird variation of their of the company they're impersonating. Okay, scammers are impersonating the real company. Now, this is what I want us to be clear about. In a scam, remember, in a scam, you are giving your information to the scammer. Okay? The real company does not know anything about what you and this scammer have going on. So if you guys fall for a scam, please just understand that the real company has no clue what's going on. That's why when you go to a lot of these companies' websites, like I'll show you right now. I'm going to give you guys an example right now. Give me a second. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I'm just picking on Conduit because I know they have this statement. And I'm going to zoom in because this is teeny tiny. Okay, teeny tiny here. Okay, so on Conduit and many companies' websites, you will start seeing this statement here. Okay, so it says job applicants should be aware that recruitment, interview, and offer scams do exist. These scams are often done via social media and other internet tools, and scammers oftentimes use a company's logo and or photos to appear legitimate. If you have any concerns about communications from anyone claiming to be from Conduit, please do not hesitate to verify the individual's relationship with and role at Conduit by contacting HR at recruitmentfraud@conduit.com. Also be aware Conduit only uses conduit.com for email communications. That's what we were just talking about. Conduit will not request money or your banking or credit card information. Conduit will not ask you to purchase equipment to start working. Conduit will not ask you to meet at a location other than Conduit offices and select job fairs and hiring events. What they are telling you is there are some bad actors out here pretending to be us. And we're giving you what we know about how they try and scam you. Okay. But here's the thing. If for some reason you were to go to conduitwith2ts.com and apply to a job and end up getting scammed, please don't blame Conduit. And this is not about Conduit. This is about every company. Don't go blaming that company because the internet's a big place. There are people who are pretending to be me. That's why on my videos up until like 2 weeks ago, if you guys notice at the bottom of the video, this thing in red would scroll. I'm not on WhatsApp. I'm not on, what's the other one folks be using? Whatever other, I'm not on any of them. What is it? Talk? I don't know what it's called. I'm not on any of them. I had that scrolling at the bottom of my video forever and ever because the scams were getting bad and people were pretending to be me. And here's the thing. If someone is pretending to be me, how do I know they're pretending to be me? Like, again, the internet, the world is a really big place. So when people impersonate these legitimate companies and, unfortunately, you might get scammed, just be aware that in a real scam, the real company has no clue who you are. They had no partakings in it. Okay. They don't know who you are. That's key to why I made yesterday's video and how I know that there's something fishy going on with JMAC Lending. Because in a real scam, you and the real company never communicate. You're communicating with the scammer. How did the company reach out from their real email address to people who applied to the job? Okay, when you're scamming, when you're being scammed, you're giving your information to the scammer, not the real company. That's how you know there's more to it. But I digress, okay? So are we on the same page before I go back to my drawing? And I'm going to have to start wrapping up here, y'all. I'm going to have to start wrapping up because I have pie that I need to make and I have kids. So Is all of this making sense so far? Okay. Natalie says yes. Natalie says, yes, this is making sense. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. So let me continue with my drawing. Okay. Okay. All right. So remember, in a scam, you only talked to the scammer. The real company has no clue who you are. And I didn't give this person a face. All right, there we go. Right now they're smiling. They're not going to be smiling for long because they're getting scammed, okay? So, why do scammers scam? Okay? What does a scammer get out of it? Well, scammers are out to get your information, okay? So, scammers want your info. But why? Why do scammers want your info? Because they want money. So all roads for a scam end with money. Okay, that's how all roads for a scam end. And then sometimes, just to steal your identity, maybe someone's trying to skip town or something. But 9 times out of 10, it ends with your money. That's what the whole thing is for. So, like, if you give away your information to a scammer, one of the first things you want to do, get on the phone with your bank. Okay. Get on the phone with your bank and say, hey, I believe my accounts might be compromised. I need my password changed. I need a new whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that's one of the first things you want to do if you believe that you have fallen for a scam, which we are now learning how to avoid because scams are avoidable. And that's where all of this information comes into play. So if you're trying to figure out, is this real or fake? Go back to this list I just gave you, okay? Something's going to be off if it's not real. One or more of these things are going to be off. All of these boxes have to check off. Not some, all. All of these boxes have to check off. So the end of the rainbow for a scammer is your money. And then sometimes they might steal your identity. But a lot of times they just want money. And you're giving them your personal information so that they can access your accounts and drain you. So that's why we have to be really careful. Now, remember, like I said, if you are giving your information to a scammer, just be aware that, the real company doesn't know. And you don't want to end up, being mad and blessing out the real company when you find them and be like, hey, I got scammed. They didn't know. There's a lot of people pretending to be companies these days. That's why they give you that information on their career site so that if you're, dealing with the real company. Now, this is the thing. This is the plot twist about JMAC Lending that I articulated in yesterday's video. In case you didn't catch it, watch it. But this is the difference between a regular scam and what they got going on. Okay? Remember, real company doesn't know you in a regular old scam. They don't know who you are. Now, with JMAC Lending, what people did was they went to the official website. They applied on the official website, okay? And we verified that that was, in fact, the official website. It wasn't JMAC Lending with 2Gs.com. It was their official website, which we verified in the video, okay? We also verified them on their socials and everything cross-checked out, okay? We also Googled them. Everything checked out there. And on their Glassdoor account, everything checked out there, okay? And, that company sent an email letting people know that there was a fraudulent post that they applied to. And you know where that email came from? It came from the official company website email. So, how is it that if we applied to a fraudulent job and all of these things checked out, that, that was the case? Well, it wasn't that somehow we applied to a scammer. We applied to JMAC Lending, okay? And what could have happened is a scammer breached their data, allegedly, okay? That's one of the going theories that I have. Or it could be that maybe something happened internally where information got out to the wrong person. But we do know that there is some sort of scammer, some sort of not good thing involved because they themselves use the word fraudulent. And I'm just going to write fraud for short. When you check off all of these boxes, you're supposed to be protected. But what happened with that company is something went awry where they said, I didn't post this job. Bonnie, did you post this job? I don't know. Bill, did you post this job? No, we didn't post that job, but it's on your website. So that's why they're the ones holding the bag. Because if this happened on your website, you got to give some answers. Now, it's one thing if this happened, directly between you and a scammer. But this happened directly between y'all and the company. That's why it was a video worthy topic because nothing like that has ever happened in the time that I've been posting videos. And I'm on video 1200 something. And I've been doing this since 2016. So that's why it's like, hey, you're going to have to tell me more than something fraudulent happened to protect my accounts. You're going to have to give me more than that because something's not adding up. And, you're the one who really should be giving answers because this happened on your website, not on a scammer website, on your website. So I never defrauded y'all. And that's one of the reasons why I had to make that video because I didn't want anybody to think that I was a part of any sort of scam or that I had, made a mistake and gave you guys a bad job. This was something on the company. And they owe us answers. And we should demand answers. I want to know from y'all because I didn't apply to the job. I shared the job. But for those who applied to the job, did any of y'all email the person back? I believe it was said that the name was Bonnie, and that's who I saw in the email that was forwarded to me. Did anybody email Bonnie back asking for more answers? I'm just curious if she gave any. Did anyone email her back and did she email you back? Interesting. You didn't get an email from her even though you applied. A lot of folks got an email. Did you say anything back? Okay, you think you will today? Okay. All right. So someone said, I got a job offer from eWorkforce Solutions. Is that a legit company or is it a scam? So this is what I will tell you. Okay. Number one, let's go back to the list. Okay. Because here's the thing, y'all. And I know a lot of people on the internet don't care, but I do care. Okay. I like to teach people how to fish. Now, I can catch fish. I'll give you the fish. I don't mind doing that. But what I have found is I get more gratification from teaching people how to fish. That is why I was a tutor for years in college, and then I was a tutor online for years. And I really enjoy, the courses. And by the way, the next round of the One Application Away Challenge is coming up in January. That's going to be available for sign up. It is a paid challenge, but you guys are going to get so much out of it. And I'm going to announce that very, very soon and all the other things. But anyway, I digress. What was I saying? Oh yeah, teaching. I like teaching people things because if you know how to do something yourself, then you're going to be able to replicate the same results that I could give you on your own as many times as you want. So this is what I would do, okay? This is what I would do if you're not sure if eWorkforce Solutions is legit or a scam. I'm going to share my screen again, okay? What I would do is I would first ask the question and then look into it. What is the company's official website? And you might want to just start from Google. So let me write this out. Order of operations here. I'm going to give you guys an order of operations, okay? Step by step to verify a company, okay? So the first step I would do is I would Google them. That's the first step I would do. You can do these in any order you want to do, but this is what I would do, okay? I would Google the company in question, okay? And I would look, through the first page of results. That's usually the best, results that come back. I would look and see if they gave me, a website. Okay. I would look and see, are there like Google reviews? Not every company is going to have Google reviews. It depends on the nature of the company. Okay. Like what they do for business. I would just look in these areas. I'd look if there are, any articles written about them. I'd see if there's any links to their socials. All of this is what I'm looking for on that first initial Google search. And the next thing that I would do is, now that after I've Googled them, I know what website popped up, I'm going to open up that website. I'm going to put in air quotes here, official, because we're still cross-verifying that. I'm going to open up their official website from Google, okay? And then the next thing that I would do is I would Glassdoor search the company. And so you'll likely find that they have a Glassdoor. What I recommend for y'all is don't entertain a company that doesn't have a Glassdoor account. There's so many companies out here that are huge, and I'm always finding new ones. There's plenty to choose from. So if you find a company but they don't have a Glassdoor, I would just move on. So rule of thumb, Glassdoor, company has to have a Glassdoor, okay? So I would go to their Glassdoor, and then I would, from their Glassdoor, go to the website linked. And remember, we opened up their official website from Google. And so we also are opening up their official website from their Glassdoor. These need to match. So at this point, the two the websites need to match. Okay, so the official website needs to match. So that's the one you got from Google. Okay, so the link that you got from Google to go to their website should match the link that you get from Glassdoor to go to their website. Okay, and so from here, if everything is checking out, the next step is check LinkedIn. Okay, and you want to, when you're checking on their LinkedIn, search for the company profile. Search for people who work there. And then you also want to go to the official website from LinkedIn. Because on their LinkedIn, and I can demonstrate this to you, for you, there's a link to their website. So let me pause the share. I'm going to switch screens here. Okay. I'm going to switch screens here and go back to LinkedIn. So remember, we were just picking on Verisma. But if you go to Verisma's LinkedIn account and you go to their About section, they're always going to have their website linked right there. Same thing for Glassdoor. If you go to a company's Glassdoor account, they're always going to have their website linked on their Glassdoor account. And I show that in every video, but I wanted to show what it looks like on LinkedIn. Okay. So continuing on, going back to my little thingy. Okay. Our order of operations. Okay. And so if everything is checking out there, okay, the website from Google checks out, the website from Glassdoor and LinkedIn, you're going to the exact same website. It's not a different website. It's one website. It's the same website. What you just figured out is this is the company's official website. This is a legit company. And now I know how to get directly to their careers page. Almost. Okay. Almost. So you're doing a lot of stuff in these steps. And this is quick. This is really quick stuff. Okay. It's taking longer for me to type this out than it is to do this. And so if you just want to be super triple double sure, the next thing that I would do, let me make my box bigger here, is I would just check out their socials. And on their socials, they'll also link to their official website. So now you don't have to wonder, is this their website? All of these cross references are pointing you to one website. And so now when you go to their website, you can feel confident that you can go to career page from official website. Hopefully you guys can see that. Maybe I can move that up right there. Okay. So that is what I would do if I'm trying to verify a company. This is what I do. Okay. This is what I did in that video. And if you want to see me demonstrate how this is done, watch that video from yesterday. Okay. So that is what I would do. And that's how you could figure out if that company you just mentioned is a legit company. And you want to do this for every single company that you are interested in applying to. Does that make sense, y'all? Let me know if you're like, Delilah, that doesn't make sense, or if all that makes sense. Okay, perfect. All right, it's making plenty of sense. Awesome, y'all. Okie doke, y'all. It's been an hour and a half already. Time flies when you're having fun. Time flies. Aren't most savvy job seekers doing this already? It seems pretty redundant, especially since this happened to you and there was still the potential of scam. I'm not really sure what you're saying since this happened to me. Nothing happened to me. Okay. Nothing happened to me. And what happened yesterday in that video is where I explained that a company had on their official website a job that they then said was fraudulent. That is something unheard of. So I have never shared a fake job. I've never shared a scam. What happened to that company, which they did not admit, I am saying that they experienced a data breach, allegedly. And that's the only way that that could have happened the way that it happened. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, watch that video because I connect all of the dots. So that's what I have to say about that. And then as far as are people actually doing this, this is the best practice, but no, people are not actually doing this. And that's why so many people do get scammed. And that is why I'm taking time to explain this right now, because we have to understand how to find these jobs, verify that they are legit if we are going to work from home. And it's a big deal because if you do get your identity or something stolen, then that impacts you and your family. So I'm going to take the time to, explain these things to people because that's what I do. Anywho, yep. Hello. Hello, y'all. And our fellow remote work enthusiast. Okay, so Thank you very much. Thank you all very much. Yes, all of my jobs are real. And, I don't ever get into any sort of drama or anything within this space. I wouldn't even consider this drama. I would just consider this a deep dive into something very strange. I made the video thinking this could not be a good thing. I don't know how all of this is going to play out, but because a lot of people don't understand how scams actually work, and that's why so many people get scammed, I had to explain why this was not the usual. So, like we just found out, in a scam, your information goes to a scammer. In a scam, your information goes to a scammer. And the real company has no clue who you are. They had nothing to do with it. So that's why I said, don't get mad at the company if you went to a scammer thinking it was legit. That's something that we can control by doing the things that I just explained. But in the case of JMAC Lending, that was the official company's website. Okay. That was their real website. Somebody allegedly created a post on their official company website for a job that they claim none of them approved. That means somebody hacked, allegedly, their site, which is what we call a data breach. Allegedly. I'm throwing a lot of allegedlys in here because these are things that, while I pretty much proved that yesterday, until the company comes out and says that verbatim, it's all speculative. So I'm just covering myself. But we saw, okay? There's no other way around that. Because here's the one issue. Here's the one issue that no one would be able to make sense of. Remember, in a scam, I'm talking to the scammer. The real company has no clue who I am. Let me pull up my drawing, okay? Because I like drawing representations, okay? It's already drawn out. Why not pull it up, okay? So here's the issue, you guys. In a scam, and I'm going to pull up a new thing, okay? I'm going to pull up a new thing. Give me just a second. How do I open a new thingy? Hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. Where's my pen? All right. So let me draw this out. Here we go. Scammer. They always have a sad face because they're me. Okay. Me or you. Okay. Real company. All right. In a regular scam, you're giving your information to a scammer. If I give my information to the scammer, the company has no clue who I am. There is no connection here. I think I'm talking to the real company. There's no connection here because I'm actually talking to a scammer. But in the case of the whole JMAC lending issue, okay, let me erase that. Here we go. All right. In the case of the JMAC lending issue, we went directly to the company. And what they said was, hey, this was a fraudulent post. This was something we went to you for. Okay. Now, if we were like, but wait, isn't this something that like happens with scammers? No, because guess what they did? They emailed y'all. Okay. If I were to talk to just a scammer, the scammer is the only one who has my email. Okay. The scammer is the only one who would have my email. Where's my other drawing at? There we go. When I talk to a scammer, the scammer is the only one who has my email. The company doesn't know who I am. They can't email me if I talked to a scammer. That's what's so different about this. This is not a case of I talked to a bad guy, a scammer. If you talk to a scammer, the real company can't contact you because you didn't give the real company your info. You did talk to the real company. The real company did not take care of your information. And that's how it got into the hands of a scammer. That's why they said your accounts might be compromised. You did talk to the real company. That's unheard of, y'all. That's why we need answers. I hope at this point, because I've talked about this a lot, but I just hope at this point that makes sense to everybody, that that was not a scam in the way that we know scams work. Someone said, I saw a news story months ago and a lot of people got scammed in Florida and had worked for this work from home scam company for weeks and didn't get paid. Y'all, I've told this story so many times, but I don't think most people even remember. When I first started working from home, I worked for a scam company. That's why I go so hard giving you guys information, but I actually got paid. That's the thing. I worked for this company that if you canceled someone's subscription for this credit repair thing, and that's what I was doing. But if you saved the customer, you got something absurd, like $8 per save or something. The reason why it was a scam was because the company went away overnight. That's how I knew it was a scam, but I actually got paid. I've never, ever, ever recommended something like that on my channel. That was before I ever got on YouTube. That was back in my tutoring days. I was just doing that on the side before my tutoring job started. That was a scam. And, there's a lot of things that will pop up online. That's why you got to go through that list that I just mentioned. That's why I said, if a company's not on Glassdoor, don't even entertain the company, because a company, air quotes like that, they wouldn't be on Glassdoor. They wouldn't have a trail on Google. They wouldn't be on LinkedIn and you can see who works there and recruiters. It's like a scam company. That was back in 2015? That was 2016. That was 2016. That was a long time ago. But yeah, I did get paid. But it was a scam. And I would never recommend anything like that. And I never have, because you don't want your job to disappear overnight. Thank you. And see, the thing is, I understand that, but people who are watching the channel who kind of can only think about themselves don't really understand this. There are so many people coming to remote work. There are people who are on their third and fourth job. And many people have told me, I've gotten hired for all my jobs from the leads you've shared on your channel. There are a lot of people who are on their third and fourth job. And then there are people who they just made the decision today, I need a work from home job. So when I give information, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If you're super advanced and you know all the things and you don't ever fall for scams and none of this is, interesting to you, you don't have to, watch. But for us who enjoy learning and for us who can appreciate a great lesson and want to learn how to verify these companies and even just take a refresher course in that, that's what this information is for. Thank you guys. Okay, y'all. So class is now dismissed. I'm joking. It did feel like a class. And I just go into teacher mode because this is what I love doing. This is what I do in my courses. If you think that I go in this format and you have not ever purchased any of my courses, then you are in for a treat. And I will be having a Black Friday sale. I'm doing a crazy sale and you guys want to take me up on it, okay? I'm giving you guys an amazing deal. you got to start the year off right. Okay. Go ahead and get prepared for 2025 while we're still in 2024. So if you're not on my email list, you can go to my website, remoteworklife.co. At the bottom, you can sign up for emails. I can show you what that looks like just so you can make sure that you are getting emails from me. Let me share my screen here. Okay. So if you go to my website, remoteworklife.co, and you just go to the home page here and you scroll down, you will be able to, oh, let me get my developer's email off of there. You'll be able to get your email, put your email in. I already have like mine where it auto populates information. So you'll be able to put your email in, subscribe, and get emails from me. And that way you don't miss out on the Black Friday sale or any of my emails. I email every time I post a job. I email anytime I want to communicate with y'all. Okay. I email for a lot. Like I send emails just about every single day, really, multiple emails sometimes. So make sure you're on the email list. All right, y'all. I got to go bake some pies. I promised people pies. I promised a lot of pies. Someone said, "Ooh, I love some pie." I said, "I'm gonna give my son's teacher a pie," and then my husband promised some people some pies, and then I said to my brother, "We're coming to your house. I'm gonna give you a pie." I have a lot of pies to make, and I have not started, so I got to go get to creating baking some pies, y'all. Okay. So I really love you guys. I enjoy y'all. Have a very blessed and happy Thanksgiving. I'm gonna be back maybe on Friday with a hot leads video or something. If not, I will be, God willing, back on YouTube bright and early on Monday. So y'all have a very blessed Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.